Hey guys, let's face it, keeping up with the Rocket League Pro scene can be kind of tough or even completely uninteresting for some of you. But like most sports, I found that it's always going to be a complete bore unless you have some idea about who plays on what team and what's at stake for each of those teams. Watching with a sense of who's playing makes it so much fun to watch. So in one concise video, let's catch you up with everything you need to know about RLCS at this point, as well as all the best goals and moments so far this season. It's an exciting time of the year because Season 5 of the Rocket League Championship Series has begun with a total of $250,000 on the line for these 24 teams. The way this season is formatted is league play, followed by regional championships, followed by the LAN finals. So let's jump into league play where we are now, where teams are battling for the top 6 spots, with the top 2 teams automatically making it to LAN. Let's start with the North America region. The biggest story is 15-year-old Justin, who took Jacob's place alongside Garrett and Fireburner on NRG. Justin is one of the most exciting players in the world right now, but this is the first time he's been able to compete in RLCS. To start, Justin had to face his old team, Out of Style, featuring Season 1 world champion Lucinio, Epic Johnny, and now Hato, who replaced Justin.
Already had a couple that he's tried here.
Justin absolutely lived up to his height, leading the team against Out of Style and Ghost.
Forces the challenges and he's escaped, but only momentarily as Justin!
NRG also played Counter Logic Gaming with Dapper, Timmy, and Miho, who've gone through several changes. They used to be Selfless, then Renegades, then Momentum, but have now been picked up by Counter Logic Gaming. Unfortunately, they've got off to an 0-3 start, with Out of Style just behind them at 0-4.
We'll see if he continues to hold up and what happened here. Nobody wanted to touch it.
Nobody wants to talk about it, and I refuse. I'm not going.
Over to the side. He's back in the middle, and this was, it was Timmy with the own goal here. And Dapper with the back.
Actually not. Nope.
NRG, on the other hand, just continued cruising, beating Ghost, Rogue, and sweeping G2 to take the top spot in the NA, with 5 wins and 0 losses.
It's a hot, oh wow. Okay, that is nuts right there.
Yep.
The game, NRG looking solid so far. Justin with the shot, absolutely incredible from the rookie.
Demolishment NRG now with a counterattack. Garrett to drop it back to Fireburner, and he'll put it home. 3.
This week could be that.
CLG wasn't the only new sponsors though, as Evil Geniuses picked up Corrupted G, Chrome, and Classics, the old Equinox team. In this battle of new sponsors, Evil Genius pulled out the win. Classics then faced his old team, Ghost, who recently kicked him off. I love a good revenge story. Evil Geniuses is probably the biggest surprise of the NA region, jumping out to a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. On the other hand, Ghosts are the biggest disappointment so far, sitting near the bottom with just 1 win and 5 losses.
That one might be going in.
Lethamyr is one of the best players in NA, and it's really unfortunate that his team has a record like this.
The objective of Hato is just to force Lethamyr to continue to do something.
And Squishy Muffins and Company was back in action for Cloud9.
Getting it by some defenders, gimmick with the shot, and that's
Yeah, it sounds like a name of a hipster bakery. Squishy Muffins and Company.
Especially we saw 2 double commits here coming from Ghost.
Cloud9 starting to put on the goals on Squishy with a fake pass. Can he get it past Johnny as well?
Squishy is arguably the most exciting and well-known player in North America. And that's why.
Great shot. Squishy, that power slide, it is so good.
another defender, very key play. Torment.
So Cloud9 starts off the season undefeated at 3-0. Meanwhile, we're excited to see Rogue back with Sizz, Insol, and the new pickup Jacob. Their first match of the season was against Ghost.
Jacob! Wow!
And Cobb is on the job. In Game 1, Jacob came out with the redirect of the tournament so far.
Backbody's got Jacob's waiting for Jacob. Down! What a goal to start us off in week 2.
I was watching it from his perspective as he went up for this, and even in my head, I'm like, there's no way. He's dropping that to Insol. He's going to drop it down to Insol, and he puts it on target instead.
First touch, not great. Obviously trying to get it over to left mid, but instead...
But they lost both matches in Week 3, giving them a 2-2 record to start the season. Finally, we have longtime fan favorites G2, with Rizzo, Kronovi, and JNaps.
From the Classics, they had a chance to take a shot. Did not materialize, and now the passing plays for G2 tries to keep this pressure on here in the first.
Their first match against Evil Geniuses saw some shaky defense from G2, and they got off to a bad start. But it went all the way to Game 5, where G2 was down 2 goals with just about a minute 15 on the clock.
Play from Rizzo. And to try and take a shot, can he get the second touch towards the goal? Does it go? And it does! JNaps tying the game with 40 seconds remaining.
absolutely clutch when it matters most. Kronovi has a beautiful challenge midfield, and rather than JNAPS putting it on net immediately, plays it
Just
into
clearing to the side, always forcing G2 to play out of the corner.
Talked about earlier how he does it. Kronovi gets the
G2 starts off the season decently, styling on Ghost a bit,
to deny a boost and use it all the way.
but they lost to NRG, giving them a 2-1 record at this point in time. So here's the current NA standings, with NRG being the team to beat, Evil Geniuses and Rogue being the best surprise teams, and Cloud9 and G2 remaining to be tested. Ghost, unfortunately, is off to a nightmare start, and hopefully they can turn things around. Let's head over to the EU side, as we catch up with longtime pro Marky Duda, playing with Excel since leaving Flipside Tactics. Their first test was against DreamHack champions Paris Saint-Germain. PSG, coming off DreamHack, was expected to do well against an Excel team with a big question mark on Marky Duda.
This might be the sweetest goal of all.
But apparently Marky was up to the task, and they managed to take out PSG.
Got Ponex in support. Ponex can be
Unfortunately, it might have been a fluke because they lost the next 4 matches.
Not the cleanest.
PSG then had to face Envy, which looks like a powerhouse on paper. Season 3 world champions Remco and Devo, with iGnite, who's starting instead of Greasy.
Coming all the way from the midfield on this one. Just taking his time, waiting for that opportunity.
But PSG's Bluey and company ended up taking the win.
Pass, and that's a 2-goal lead for PSG.
Remco and Devo, their names on the banners as a beautiful pass play from PSG after being quiet.
Now we get to see the new Flipside team, Cuxer, Miztic, and Yukio, together for the first time in a high-pressure situation. Season 2 world champion Cuxer is off to a great start this season.
Cuxer now moving up, sending a shot. Can he finish this off himself? Gets the double tap down. The Cuxer of old with a return here in a tie game.
I know you heard Gibbs ask for the return of Cuxer. Look at this shot.
Oh, gets 2 defenders up, doesn't matter.
This is the
Over into the corner, Yukio was ready and waiting. Fnatic can start to settle, or maybe they can't. Lovely.
Flipside was inconsistent though, losing to Complexity, PSG, and Envy, while winning against Excel and Fnatic. They had some great looking team plays though.
A setup, Yukio with the tap down, and Cuxer will finish it off for one of the greatest players we've seen this week.
What an easy setup for him as well, but that touch looks fun. Can I do that too?
Miztic showing us a sick flip cancel shot of his own. This is one of the best I've seen.
That flip reset, oh my gosh, it goes in. It just keeps on happening. Look at this shot.
wow.
Oh, with the flip cancel. To get so much power.
Next, we catch up with the old Method team, Alot, Magnus, and Metzanaris. These guys were signed by Complexity Gaming, which is another great sponsorship addition this year.
With a follow-up, and finally the 3-man play gives Complexity the one.
Complexity is picking up where they left off last season with a healthy start of 3 wins and 1 loss. Alot doing some trademark cherry picking.
We've been talking about his cherry picking. No, there's a show right there.
I had absolutely no idea he'd get there for this. What a drop down. Pushing it straight past the defender. Cherry picking that Alot loves to do. You see he's in their half. He steals their boost. The moment that touch comes from Metz, look at the angle he came from and the pace he just held boost down the whole time. Out.
Now let's take a look at the old Mocket / Guess Who team, featuring Fairy Peak, Pashy, and Freaky. This team is now Renault Vitality.
This is, I think, at least 60% of Vitality's goal.
Just putting it out there, I think Fairy Peak is the best player in Europe right now. And let's just appreciate that.
Fairy Peak, what are you doing? The solo plays, you talked about it, James. How incredible this man can be dealing with this all alone. Gets underneath, gets a flick. Metz and Magnus both staring at him. Down. But these guys refuse. This is tough for Metz.
And this could be it. Freaky seals it for Vitality.
As long as he has the boost. Like, that's usually the only reason why things go wrong. And as example A, Fairy Peak turning it in from the reader. Off the back one, Ferrer is there! Shot is...
Vitality came out on fire this season, undefeated with a 3-0 record. Meanwhile, the hottest looking team, Fnatic, is back. Fnatic reverse sweeps in dramatic fashion, but they lost their next 3, putting them near the bottom at 1 win and 3 losses. So that leaves us with the big bullies, defending world champions Gale Force. You know, they really aren't that flashy, but god do they put teams down. Getting revenge on PSG and moving into first place with the 3-0 record. And here we have the standings for Week 3 in EU. Gale Force, Complexity, and Renault Vitality sit on top, but Fnatic, Excel, and Envy are going to have to play a little better if they want to make land this season. Meanwhile, over in the Oceanic region, Chiefs are clearly taking care of business as they usually do, but I'm really hoping that Retirement Home and Legs somehow make land because clearly they have the best names. And that does it for League Play up to Week 3. If you really like this video, let me know and I'll be sure to make more as the season progresses. I'm really hoping to attend the World Championship LAN this year, but that kind of depends on stuff like, I don't know where in the world it's happening. And of course, a huge shout out to my writer, Orange, for doing a lot of the legwork on this episode. Good luck out there.